Every year, thousands of students from Asia and Africa pour time and energy into Chinese university applications, hoping for a full scholarship. But the vast majority completely miss a massive built-in advantage based solely on their home country. That advantage is the Belt and Road Initiative Scholarship. Launched as an official, highly funded government strategy, this program specifically targets applicants from participating nations. If you apply through this route, you are placed in a separate funding pool with dedicated quotas. That means you bypass the general international applicant pool and face significantly less competition. By the end of this video, you will have a strategic university list and a customized study plan framework to secure this funding on your own, without handing thousands of dollars to an education agency. Securing full tuition and living stipends depends on how you categorize yourself within China's geopolitical priorities. Step 1 of this strategy is directly connecting your academic major to the specific goals of the Belt and Road Initiative. This diagram illustrates how this works in practice. Notice how a generic major, like civil engineering, is reframed as sustainable infrastructure. China prioritizes funding for research fields that serve the BRI, such as logistics, cross-border trade, green energy, and public health. A common mistake is choosing a major based entirely on personal interest, with no mention of bilateral development between your home country and China. Connecting your studies to BRI goals reframes your application as a strategic investment for the Chinese government rather than a personal request for tuition. Step 2 involves where you apply. Many applicants fall into the famous university trap, focusing exclusively on highly visible institutions like Peking University or Tsinghua. Targeting only these top-tier schools wastes your BRI advantage. They are flooded with international applicants, throwing you back into the most crowded, generalized pool in the country. Step 2 is to target hidden gem regional universities. These schools are actively evaluated and funded by the government based on their ability to recruit Belt and Road students. On this map of China, regional universities map to specific target areas. MECO region applicants should target southern institutions like Yunnan University. Notice other strategic corridors. Middle East applicants are prioritized at Ningxia University, while maritime trade students should target coastal schools. For example, well-funded coastal institutions like Xiamen University offer specialized programs aligned with maritime trade and logistics. Matching your application to one of these hidden gem universities increases your odds of acceptance because you are choosing a school that is politically and financially incentivized to accept you. Step 3 is writing a Belt and Road specific study plan. You need to inject specific bridge terminology right into your core objective statement. This graphic shows a standard objective statement next to a targeted one. The generic statement is easily overlooked. The statement on the right is effective because it specifically mentions smart logistics and growing bilateral cooperation. A winning statement has 2 mandatory elements. It explicitly names the Belt and Road framework, and it identifies the specific bilateral problem your research will solve. You must also state a clear intent to return to your home country after graduation to apply the skills you've learned. A highly tailored study plan proves to the review committee that you view yourself as a long-term economic and cultural bridge between your country and China. Step 4 is playing the timeline and volume game. The fatal mistake most students make is waiting for the standard Chinese Scholarship Council deadline in March. This timeline illustrates a hidden early bird window. The standard CSC deadline sits in March, but the Belt and Road timeline opens much earlier in November. Maximize your chances with a 5-application volume strategy across both timelines. Step 5 is proving your cultural and language fit within your CV and application materials. You can do this by highlighting specific cultural indicators, like basic Chinese language study, Confucius Institute program participation, or previous cultural exchanges. Applying months before the competition and proving a genuine cultural interest removes much of the uncertainty university administrators face when reviewing international profiles. You now have a specialized research angle, a targeted regional university list, a customized study plan, and an early bird timeline to follow. Do not pay an education agency $1,000 or $2,000 just to receive generic templates and crowded university placements. You already possess the insider strategy required to bypass the general applicant pool entirely on your own. To take the next step, click the link below to join our community. You'll get immediate access to professor contact lists and exact document checklists so you can claim your funding today.